how's it going, guys? We have another one-on-one, and this time we have Michelle. How's it going,
Yeah.
Michelle? Yeah.
Yeah.
About time.
Yep.
So how you been?
Good. Everything's good here. Yeah.
Everything's good. I mean, we're
Yeah.
we're not that far away, right? So
Yeah.
we're probably like what, 10, 15 minutes away, 15 minutes
Yeah.
maybe.
To be honest.
Yeah. So we're not that far away, but I guess one of the things that if nobody really knows is that you are my disciple. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, she does like preaches sometimes, on our Bible study, and she does really good. She research and gives examples, so she does a really good job whenever she is doing, or whenever she presents the class for our Bible study. So, Michelle Rivas, I have known her for quite a bit, and it's crazy. It's crazy how you have grown so much. Um, for people probably who haven't talked to you or haven't interact with you so much, I think um, we all think that you are one of those super super soft, kind person, but we have had some arguments, right, Michelle?
Yes.
All right. Can you explain what kind of arguments have we had just
Well,
recently, just recently,
about my birthday.
about your birthday? Yes.
Yeah. About birthdays.
All right, so listen, I told Michelle that her birthday was during the summer, not summer, but springtime, and that's not my fault, right, Michelle? Is it my fault?
Okay. Like kind of like yes and no.
Okay,
But yeah.
so all right, so explain what happened this one year on your birthday.
Okay, so my mom decided to have my sister and my birthday, all together since we were younger and just to have more people and stuff.
Yeah,
And so we had our birthday in April. Well, our birthday party in April.
yeah.
And celebrated like if it was my real day, but it wasn't. It was like way off. Like
Oh.
way earlier. So that's where you got confused and you thought it was, my actual birthday.
See, I have a good memory, right? So I really thought it was during the springtime, and I then later realized once I told you that it was going to be during the springtime, it was like, no, that's not my birthday.
No, that is not. That's way off. Like it's
No.
it's like the other side of everything.
Yeah. So I guess it's part of my fault because I should have known that your birthday was in April and it was towards the end of the year. Are you gonna keep everyone just guessing on what your birthday is, or you want to share it with people?
I'll let them guess. Like it'll be better because it'll be like a randomly like, oh, happy birthday, not like a expected one. Like I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes it's better when people don't know and then they just keep guessing and you're like not close.
Right. So we have been talking about it, and to be honest, I didn't know when your birthday was, so I did have to. I had to do some research, right, to figure out when your birthday was. So, do you think I know when your birthday is?
Okay, I think you checked my mom's Instagram story because she always posts something on mine and my dad's birthday.
No, wrong. But okay, so listen. Remember how we said that if I don't remember your birthday, I can't even can't pronounce that word right now. So if I don't remember your birthday, what am I gonna do for you? You remember?
Buy me Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. What if I see? But you don't remember my birthday, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do now?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So we were good. Okay. So we are good with the birthdays, and I think I know your birthday, and hopefully hopefully I remembered, so I don't have to buy you Olive Garden.
Yeah.
So Michelle, so we're so close to going back to school. A lot of people actually have already gone back to school, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so what are you choosing to do? Are you gonna be
Um,
taking class virtually or online, or how are you? Uh,
yeah, I'm gonna do the first 9 weeks online. Sadly, well, I have to, but well, yeah, that's how you have to start off, because right now during this craziness, well, we have to take care of ourselves and not just be crazy and be like, oh, touch here, touch there, and everything.
yeah. I have seen some pictures though. Like for example, there was this one picture that kids were sitting at lunch, and it was like one kid here, and then like the other one like super far away from the other person. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just so sad. Like, I
Yeah,
just stay at
you're
home, but
you're basically sitting by yourself.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, okay, French fry, here we go. Okay, it's like, oh my gosh, you're just so lonely. It looks that way. But it's online. It's really really interesting kind of way of learning. I don't think you learn as much as I think I was telling you guys during the Bible study. I don't think you learn that
Mhm.
much, but you do probably get better grades. Just because of you can have everything on Google, right? So I mean, everything is on Google. But that's cool. Are you ready?
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What grade are you gonna go?
8th.
8th grade. So last year of middle school.
Yep.
Okay, so since you're not done yet with middle school and you have already done 6th and 7th grade, what's one advice that you will give to people who are just barely starting middle school?
Oof. Be yourself. First of all, like, I know it sounds, everybody says that, but it's true, because you don't want to enter as a fake person,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's gonna notice. You're eventually the true you is gonna come out,
Yeah,
and like the true you. That's what I mean.
yeah,
But yeah, because everybody's gonna know you're fake afterward, and then you're gonna have this reputation as the fake one or something like that. So I say come in as yourself and don't be too cringy.
So what? Okay, so I'm not really familiar with that word. Could you explain what that word is for people, like me who don't really
Uh-huh.
get it?
Okay, don't be too awkward, or don't like cling on your best friend all the time like you would in elementary.
Yeah,
And like don't be like, hey, can you be my friend, or something like that, because well, that's just kind of awkward. They're like, if I'm talking to you, I am your
we
friend.
are friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. See, I'm telling you, she knows how to preach. So there's Michelle.
Yeah.
So school is going. It's going to start here soon. So there are a lot of things that I'm sure that you're gonna stop doing, since now you're gonna start going to school, or I guess I don't know, learning,
Yeah.
or watching or being online or something like that. I don't know what you want to call it. So what are some of the things that you're gonna stop doing now? That it's like, oh my gosh, now I have to stop doing this, and I have to now focus on school.
Well, basically you're saying what I've been doing, and I'm
Right.
gonna stop
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, what have you been doing?
To be honest, I've been doing multiple things. Like in the first part of quarantine, I was doing nothing, to
Oh,
be
that
honest.
was fun.
Yeah, no, but like I felt unproductive and useless. So, like, the second part of quarantine, like the once we were in the middle and everything was like, do not go to stores, or, all that. Um, I started being more productive, and to the day I'm still being, pretty good. And but what I would stop doing is, I think stop practicing the piano as much as I would, during school, because you have a lot of responsibilities during school, and like, you can't, do everything. So I would stop playing soccer as well, as much,
Yeah.
because usually like these past couple of months I've been waking up like at 10:30, or 9 to play outside for a while and get better.
Yeah.
And I guess exercise. Well, I wouldn't stop doing that, but I would be pretty tired after, school doing that, exercising, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess running too.
But you like soccer, right? And
Yeah,
so you have loved soccer for, I think, quite a bit since you were a little girl. But,
yeah.
um, and if you, we're gonna be talking a little bit about soccer right now. So,
Okay.
what did you think about Barcelona losing?
Oh my God. I knew you were gonna bring this up.
Like, I don't want to bring it up, but it's my team too. And I don't know if I know your dad is a Barcelona fan as well, but I'm not really sure if you are. You are.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so what did you think? How did you feel? To be honest, at first I was like, okay, wow, like 4-1, really? Like you can't stop them. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Once it was like 5-2 and it was 6-2, I'm like, oh my gosh, really? All right, now just keep scoring. Like this is funny now. Like it's not even hurting me anymore. Like just keep scoring.
Oh my gosh.
I
No.
want I want every single player to to get out of there, and so it was very sad at first, but then it was just like okay, like
Yeah,
what
just
else are you gonna?
accept it. Just accept it.
Yeah. So what else are you gonna do? So what did you think about that?
Okay, at first, well, first I have to say I did not watch the game. I was, pretty busy doing other things, but I was keeping score. I was like, searching up like Bayern versus Barcelona, and I'm like, at first I checked that like halftime, and it was 1-4, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they
Yeah,
better catch up. They better catch up.
yeah.
And then I saw the final results, like, Maricela posted it on her Facebook, and my mom's like, look. And then I'm like, yeah, right, it's not 8-2. And
It's photoshopped.
I'm like, that's fake. That must be like from a couple years ago. And then I check it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I was about to like throw the phone across the room.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awful. It was awful. But better days. I mean, they can't go any lower than that. So that's a positive. I
Yeah.
don't think they can get
Yeah.
4-9 goals against them. But it is what it is. So it's just we shouldn't be counting this. I mean, it was during coronavirus.
Yeah.
So
And plus, like, every team's gonna have a bad game. So you gotta learn from that. That's a good thing. When you lose, badly, even though you don't like it, you learn that you're like, oh my gosh, I did so bad in this area. I
yeah,
need to start practicing on that, and
yeah.
like that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's still, I mean, it's still tough. But it is what it is. So it's just at least it wasn't Real Madrid who scored that many goals on us. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
Real
I'm
Madrid
happy
fans,
that
like,
Man City. I'm so happy that Man City beat them. Like that's. I'm sorry to other Real Madrid fans, but I am not a fan at all. Never been. And
yeah,
even if Messi goes to Real Madrid, I am not going along.
no. It's just it's a big no for me. There
Yeah.
was a time though that I actually thought about like not going for Barcelona and going for Real Madrid, but it was like when I was like 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like 6 years old, and then Barcelona was doing super bad. And then like all my I mean my friends and everything, they were all Real Madrid fans, and they were doing really
Oh,
I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna change. But then, Ronaldinho came in, and everything is history.
yeah.
But it's just one of those games that it's gonna be remembered forever, fortunately. And we're part of history now.
Yeah. No, we've always been. We've always been.
We've always been right. All right, Michelle. So now to another question. So you are the oldest of your siblings, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So tell me, how does it feel to be the oldest one, and how does that go for you?
Well, right now it's not really that complicated. Well, it is because they're both kids still, but it's not as complicated as like, oh my gosh, I have a boyfriend now, or stuff like that.
Wait,
But
what?
no, like in their like
What?
once you're
Uh-huh.
no. Okay, so what I mean by that is like that right now the main thing that's going on is crazy. Like they have energy at sometimes that can be annoying a lot. And
Yeah.
then there's like, their calm side. And I'm like, I can finally relax and stuff like that. And like I don't want to sound like an adult saying this, but once you're a teenager, it's something different.
Wow, you
So
just
like
sound like a 30-year-old person right now.
I know that side. I did not want to mean like that. I don't know. It's just like I have two sides to me: this young side, and then the side that says,
The mature one.
yeah. So I'm like a kid, but with a mature side.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, we all have kind of seen that part of you. So I mean, you have been mature, and from what we can tell, it's. I mean, knowing you and having you as on the Bible study every day, it's awesome. Um, Lastly, what do you think about these video conferences and like everything, doing everything online?
Well, it's good. Just you don't get the same experience. Like right now, most people are like, on their couches and singing, and I'm like, well, once we actually go back to church, you're gonna be pretty tired.
All right. So, personal question: do you sing at home, like on the couch, or do you stand up?
Okay, sometimes. Okay, when I don't want to get up, I do. But like, I don't know. I mostly sing in my head, or if not, I try and like tone it out and like act like if I were there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You turn off the lights and like doing everything.
oh my god, no. But yeah. What's about that? Like, I really do miss singing at church right now.
Yeah.
But like at the same time you're learning something, as someone sitting from the other side of the screen, you're learning that, oh, we should improve from this thing or that thing, since we usually would be there when the pastor's preaching and everything.
Right. So, just so everyone knows, Michelle, what do you do at church again? So everyone knows, why you're saying this.
I sing. Well, I'm like the chorus for Karen, and I'm learning piano.
Okay. Yeah. So she is vocals at church and plays the piano, or is learning to play the piano.
Well, I play the piano. Well, not yet, but like I'm basically learning.
Right. Right. So yeah, you play the piano. Yeah. Okay. All right. Agree to agree.
Yeah.
So I think it's different. Especially during church time. Like whenever the service is on. Just because like people when you're at church, all you hear is pretty much the person who's singing, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
when you're at home, it's your family who you're listening to. It's like, all
Yeah.
right, whoa.
Sometimes, like when my mom sings, random things, she's like, "La gloria de Dios, tal y tal y tal,"
Yeah.
and like good things, of course. Like I sometimes catch along and start singing, but like most of the time she's just singing, while doing chores, and then all of a sudden my dog's like just looking at her like, "Is she okay?" Like his facial expressions are like, what?
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like to sing, right? Especially when
Yeah.
you do chores at home. I mean, it's the best thing to do whenever you're like doing so many things at the same time. It just keeps you calm and
Yeah.
not complaining.
You're not like
So,
doing a song like, oh, but I like this, but no, and then you're like this. No. Oh my gosh.
so Michelle, so this is not a question that I have done to the other or asked the other people or the other
Yeah.
two person guys, gals. So I haven't asked Manny or Carrie this question, but for you, it's gonna be a little bit different. So this is Michelle, right? Michelle 2020, right? During coronavirus. So why would you, if you, what kind of advice would you give Michelle from 2025? If you were, if
Mm.
you, I mean, if you could go back, if you can go into the future and be like, hey, you're doing this wrong, like stop it.
Okay, let's see here. Always be yourself. Never try and intimidate someone else. Never think that you're worth less. Of never compare yourself to someone like and say, "Oh, I'm like less worthy" or something like that.
Mhm.
Never do that because then, like, your mind might say, you're not capable, but you're actually capable of doing it. So, like, think, be confident, but not too confident that you're gonna have a high ego and everything. No, you
Right.
have to, stay humble but be confident in yourself.
Yeah, and I think that that applies for. I mean, even for me, just at my age, it's I mean, when I asked you that question, it's probably not just for you right now. It could be you in 5 years, or it could be someone else in 5 years from now, someone who's a little bit younger than you and is probably going through the same things. I don't think it matters, where you are right now, but where you're gonna be later. And
Mhm.
the best advice, is to just put yourself in the best position to to accomplish everything around you, and do it in a humble way, right? So, Michelle Rivas, thank you so much for sharing this time with us, and I will see you
Thank
on
you.
Bible study. So don't
Yeah.
be. But anyways, thank you so much for this time. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone who is watching at home is really enjoy this part. So
Yeah.
Michelle, with that being said, anything do you want to say for before we end?
Mhm. So lastly, I just want to say to everyone out there, um, well, enjoy this time because even though it's boring and it's quarantine, you want to make the most out of it because once we get back to like society and everything, it's all gonna be different, and you don't want to be doubting that in the future, being like, oh, I should have done this during quarantine. I had so much time, so aprovechalo.
Yeah, aprovechalo, mijito. All right, Michelle. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.